1, 2, 3. Alright, gonna mess with the... Okay. Today I'd like to talk to you all about someone that's made a big impact on my life. Normally, the first people you think of when you think of someone who's made an impact on your life is your mom, your dad, your grandma, maybe a good friend, normally a family member. But one of the first people I always think of is my 6th grade English teacher, Alice Herring. And in the 6th grade, my school was doing this reconstruction of their faculty, and everybody was fired and hired, but the most exciting new employee was supposed to be the 6th grade and 7th grade English teacher. And she was also going to be our assistant principal, and she'd come from Hampton Roads Academy, where she was known for bringing them up to the high standards that they're still known for today. So all the parents especially were really excited to see what she was going to do at my school. And on the first day of class, everybody was really excited because it's the first day, and you see your friends, and we were talking, and she walks in the room, and the whole vibe changes, and everybody gets really quiet and serious and sits up straight because we knew that she meant business just by looking at her. She had this hard look on her face, and she passed out the syllabus. It was really quiet. The syllabus was extensive, by the way, because she was a really difficult teacher. She started going over the syllabus, and it became clear that she really just meant business. And occasionally she would throw in a few jokes because I think she picked up on the vibe that everybody was really nervous, and nobody laughed because we were all just really, really scared. And people were afraid of her, and I just loved it. She commanded an enormous amount of respect with just her presence when she walked in the room. And after being in her class for a little while, I learned so much about what she had accomplished as an educator, as a person, and it became evident that she was the epitome of a strong working woman. Every girl in our class wanted to become her, and every boy worked 10 times harder because they were afraid that one day they would be ruled by a woman just like her. And through extensive papers and projects and spelling tests, my class learned so much about what it meant to really work hard. And not only were we working hard, but we were taking pride in our work. And I remember right before Christmas, we had this project due where we had to make a children's book, and it had to be original and awesome, and we had to illustrate it and put it all together and bind it so that it looked like a real book. And I don't think I've ever worked harder or longer on a project in my entire life, because she had really high expectations for all of us. And she would say all the time that she knew that every single person in our classroom would be a doctor or a lawyer or CEO of a Fortune 500 company, which was really funny because I think a lot of people are. There's a few people in my class that ended up going to Yale. But she always had this way of making us have really high expectations for ourselves as well. And I feel like growing up, I always wanted to do something great with my life, but in the 6th grade, it got really real with her. And she was like the switch that said, you have to start now, and you have to start working now, and preparing for your future today. So everything that I've learned from her, I feel like I've carried with me today, until today. And beyond the classroom, another reason I think she's so wonderful is because now that she's not my teacher anymore, she's sort of a friend. And Mom, your hand is over the camera. We email from time to time, and junior year of high school, I called her up and asked if she would write a recommendation letter for me for William & Mary, because that's where she teaches now. And she was more than happy to do it. I went to her house, and we had a long conversation, and it was like we really were friends because we were catching up, and it was really fun. And I told her casually that I was having some problems raising my SAT score in English. And she said, Grayson, do you think you're going to be this afternoon? And I was like, no. And so all of a sudden she whips out all these SAT books, and she drills me for 3 hours on all of the English composition you could ever possibly know for the SAT. And then the next day I had the SAT, your finger's on the thing again. The next day I had the SAT, and I did better. I raised my score about 100 points, which put me in the range for colleges that I was applying for. So really, she's just this amazing teacher who's gone beyond her classroom responsibilities and requirements for helping her students, and she's genuinely wanted all of us to succeed, and has done so much for all of us even after we weren't her students. And like I said earlier, it's really hard to find a teacher who inspires you to be the best you can, to be better than you were yesterday. And I know that all of my classmates feel the same way, because we all will talk about her from time to time when we meet up. And for for that reason, I'm always going to remember